Hello and welcome back to the Mental Music Podcast, a podcast made for teens by teens, exploring mental health from our perspective. My name's Gordon.
My name's Tom.
And this episode we'll be discussing hobbies and how they can affect someone positively from a mental point of view.
Now, I'd just like to interject. We've kind of changed up the way that we're doing our episodes a little bit. They used to last like 40 minutes or so.
45, yeah.
But now we're going to actually start toning our episodes down a bit. We're timing ourselves when we do it, so there's an actual time frame.
Got to get the discipline.
Now, we unfortunately cannot name the songs or the artists.
We'll chuck them in post.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
We'll have them in the lyrics.
The lyrics?
In the lyrics.
Check out the lyrics, guys.
we'll
put them in the description.
Yeah.
Down below the episode, on our website, all that stuff.
Yeah. So, today's episode, we're talking about hobbies and how they can be a stress relief, what's the word?
Coping mechanism?
Coping mechanism for...
That's how the doctors like to refer to them as.
Yeah, but...
for the most part, it's pretty accurate.
It's pretty accurate, but, so we're talking about today in the segment, and, so...
We'll hop into our first song, whatever that may be. We hope you enjoy. we hope you like that song. And remember, as I said before, you can find all these in the description below. So, I'd just like to start by asking you a question, Tom. What do you think a hobby is? How would you define it?
I guess my definition of a hobby would be something, just an activity. Doesn't have to be physical, just has to be something that you can do to kind of pass the time and just give your mind a little bit of a break, something that you enjoy.
Okay.
A common one that I share with a lot of people would be gaming.
Gotta love gaming. Yeah.
Gotta love gaming.
My fave.
It's a really good pastime, even though it kind of consumes a lot of your time.
Well, that's your opinion. I haven't gamed in, like, how do you say, dependently? I haven't chronically. There we go. I haven't chronically gamed in over 2 years.
When's the last time I gamed? Like, I know, 72 hours ago.
Ooh.
But
I do flight sims, but that's about it.
Well, there we go. That's another hobby.
Yeah, that's my hobby. Flight sims.
I mean, I guess I guess it's not really a hobby. It's kind of like a service, but because you're part of the Air Force Cadets.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Australian Air Force Cadets. So that
training myself to become a pilot.
Yeah, so that could kind of be passed as a hobby because it still is in a way.
Yeah. But
it's
an activity. It helps me relax, I suppose. I don't know. I boss people around. It's my rank. That's my job.
Corporal.
Yeah, that's
Corporal.
it. Cadet Corporal Auckland, and I teach cadets, and that's pretty relaxing. Teaching people how planes fly.
I mean,
sorry, I'm getting
but yeah,
I love planes.
But if you're not an Air Force cadet, other hobbies.
99.9% of Australia, let alone the world.
That was the sarcasm I was projecting when I said that, but
shizzle. I need to fix my wit. Carry on, Tom.
Other normal hobbies could be seen as just going down the park, kicking a ball, cooking, playing with a dog, or even just playing some darts if you have them, or just really anything that distracts you, even if it's
siblings.
Yeah, but sometimes hobbies fall under other regions of stuff. Like one hobby that I used to be a part of that I still kind of am is a collecting thing.
Okay. What do you collect, Tom?
I collect Lego.
This interests me. Okay.
Which is fun because I think lots of people when they get Lego, I think what you think you're supposed to do is build it, then take it apart, then build it again. But lots of people, including myself, we build it, put it on a shelf, and then never touch it again.
Yeah, that's what I
and
used
hope
to do.
other people never touch it.
That's true. Oh no.
And then we even set it up and stuff, and I don't know if it's a personal thing, but I get really touchy when people mess with it. Like I remember
I will make sure to mess with your stuff next time I come over.
Like a couple years ago, my sister took one set and then broke it apart and put it in her own stuff, and I got really upset about that.
It's fair to say she's no longer with us.
Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties. Gordon actually was arrested for saying that. We're recording much later. No, that doesn't work.
3 months ago, there was a court case. I got off the hook. Don't worry. Watch what you say, kids. And do not touch Tom's stuff.
But hobbies.
Yeah.
Fun little things to do.
Fun thingies. You know hobbies.
Yeah. But so we're going to get into the next segment in a moment, where we're going to talk about how they are directly looking at mental health. Yeah, how we actually
links. That's the word.
Yeah, we'll be looking at how they can relieve stress and anxiety from some parts of your life. We'll move on to the next song. See you in a bit.
Who I am, but I hope you understand that I need to talk to you. I don't usually fall in love easily, but I happen to fall in love with you. I just love your dark brown hair and the way you do that stare and your dimple when you smile. So can I take your time just for a minute? Let me explain why I dream of you and I. 'Cause you're too funny and I love your brown eyes. Can't get over your smile and I don't know why. I think in it. I wish you were mine. I'd love to hold your hand, eat pizza 3 a.m. I wanna watch you fall asleep. And I love the way you walk, the way you talk, and how you're taller than me. I wanna be more than a friend, get your attention, we should meet someday. And I love everything you hate, regardless of your mistakes. I'm gonna love you just the same. 'Cause you're too funny and I love your brown eyes. Can't get over your smile and I don't know why. I think about you all the time and I must admit I wish you were mine. Cause you're too funny and I love your brown eyes. I can't seem to get you out of my mind. I think about you all the time and I must admit I wish you were mine. You're too funny and I love your brown eyes. Can't get over your smile and I don't know why. I think about you all the time and I must admit I wish you were mine. I wish you were mine. I wish you were mine.
So how can hobbies help you overcome...
The stresses of life?
Thanks for finishing my sentence.
Well, I don't know. I'm honestly looking for words myself.
Well, first of all, stress can overwhelm even the calmest of people and completely monopolize their energy and attention. So a healthy way to distract yourself is to get some stress relief. And one way to do that is to get a hobby. You want to pick one up. Or to do
Yeah,
one.
nice.
So,
Yeah.
participating in pastimes you enjoy, like
Yeah.
cooking, writing, whatever your hobby is, it gives your mind
Riding a bike.
the chance to get riding a bike.
Sorry.
It gives your mind the
words in your
chance
mouth.
to get a break from anxiety and tension because you're focusing on a completely unrelated activity. The added bonus of taking a mental breather is a reinvigorated perspective about the event or task that you're doing. So I guess if you're cracking down on some homework or a mean class assignment, then taking a hobby up when you're getting really stressed on this one part you can't figure out is really helpful and really good, because if you have a break, you're kind of all happy and in a good mood, and it can really... It's kind of like when you're driving, right? And you're stuck in traffic. And you're so frustrated that you can't move on. But then once you start...
Because we've all been there.
Yes, because we've all been there as teenagers. You understand my point.
Yeah,
but like,
I
once
get
the
it.
lights
Just-
turn green and you start driving, it feels great. It feels great that you're
finally.
moving. And so you can move and you're in a better mood. And then you get back into the task. You get back into that mean homework assignment. Until you get stressed again, which then you can take another pastime. So it's really a good way that you can just relieve and kind of tone down the amount of stress that you get on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. Well, thanks for the extract there, Tom. I've got some stats myself. You know. So the University of Chicago a couple of years back, 2009, did a couple of tests, and they found that 74% of all adults who experienced stress in daily life, when they took up a hobby that they already loved and did it as part of their routine, they found it reduced stress, improved their mood, it encouraged socialization, and it also managed to improve memory, and in some cases it warded off depression. So yeah, no, there are tons and tons of benefits to hobbies. I think the only downside to having a hobby is the time it takes up. So if you're really stressed because you're running out of time to do something, let's say you're scrambling to get an assignment finished at 3 a.m. the day it's due, you can't really, take time to have a hobby, to cook a meal or go cycling at 3 a.m. So it's always good to have things like backups before that point. That's a pretty extreme example. I've only been in that situation maybe once or twice in my life, but or 3 times last term. Frick it all to heck. Yeah. Well,
but another thing about hobbies is like using hobbies as a beneficial aspect to improve your mental health is the point of the hobby is to remove stress, not add to it. So I guess I mentioned cooking,
yes.
But if you're cooking, if you take like the time to cook for a bunch of people, then it can actually be more stressful because that's quite stressful to have to cook for a bunch of people.
It's like working in a restaurant. It's one of the most stressful things because if you're the head chef and you're making sure everything's where it needs to be exactly when it needs to be, you have to have a plate ready for maybe 10 plates ready at any one time, and you have to have every single ingredient finished cooking at the same time.
And I guess if you're riding a bike, you probably wouldn't want to be like racing someone else through a windy track. You want to just find like a nice.
Yeah, I've got this homework assignment due next week. Let's have a tense, high-stakes race to kind of cool me off.
You just want to have like a nice, flat, calm road, get the wind in your face.
Oh, yeah.
Just get it all out. Just get all that stress.
Yeah, well, that's it. And as I was saying before, the only real downside, I keep trying to say malefic. It's such a strange word. I'm going to say downside to having a hobby is the time it takes up.
That is true. There is a time element to the hobby you have. Like, before when I mentioned one of my hobbies is building Lego, I'm pretty...
That's one of the most time-consuming things you can list.
I'm pretty quick at building Lego, and depends what it is, and depends how much you have, because small sets, which usually cost an unnecessary amount, like $40 for a small set, that can take you like 5 to 10 minutes, which is a little bit unpleasing sometimes, but it's still nice to have the set that you have. 5 to 10
minutes?
Well, for me...
It takes longer for me to walk upstairs and get a glass of milk.
I guess, because some of the sets that I usually buy end up being like 2,000 pieces and stuff. They have like a lot, well, maybe not
6 hours later.
Oh, actually,
have you ever done... What's the longest...
The longest build is
puzzle.
It's not a puzzle.
You've done?
The longest build.
Actually, I can define a puzzle. A puzzle is like a game, but the objective is not to beat anything.
It's to complete.
Yeah. There you go.
I think the longest build that I can remember doing is, I think it was 6 hours, and that was a collector's edition Millennium Falcon. But the longest,
Wars,
all of my Lego Star Wars. Seriously, I don't get anything else. It's the most well-crafted one.
You're such a Star Wars buff.
I am. Ask me anything about Star Wars, I'm probably gonna know the answer.
What's the worst thing about Star Wars: A New Hope?
Oh, in A New Hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't name that.
Tom,
A New Hope.
The worst thing.
A New Hope is a good movie.
Supposed to be a Star Wars buff.
I think the worst.
Jeez, Tom, I can't trust you with anything now.
But yeah, it's. I mean, actually, while on the topic of Star Wars: New Hope, it's a good movie, and movies is a good hobby. Watching movies.
That was the best segue.
Thank you.
So I
just slide it into them
buff.
Segues.
Yeah.
But yeah, literally anything you do that's a distraction from stress.
As long as you like it.
Helps. Yeah, as long as you like it.
Yeah, because then it can both distract you from the negatives of life. It can also improve your mood in the immediacy.
Just any hobby is a good.
What's going on?
Any hobby is a good hobby. It just depends whether you enjoy it or not, and that determines how good it actually is for you, and how well it distracts you from what is causing your stress.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that's a good point to end this segment on. We'll jump onto our next song, and then we'll see you in the outro.
Taylor about the fucking flex.
You're just like my ex. You're just like my ex. I've been there, I've done that. You're just like the last one. Said you call me back, but never call me back. Said you gon' do this, but end up doing that. You bring out my worst behavior. One more way, I know you're just like my ex. You're just like my ex.
You said hearing my voice was a getaway. Now when you hear my voice, it's your signal to get away. You said you wanted me, but now I'm told to stay away. I said okay, knowing it'd only be a day, but you were serious, you said you couldn't deal with me. I asked you why and you told me I was in your way. I apologize for being the real thing. I put you first, gave you what you wanted, but you turned away. Feeling like I'm 47, just got shot by an AK-47 on the top, wishing I was now in heaven, but you only struck my heart, not my head. You told me you couldn't do this, yeah, but then proceeded to do that. Oh, you kinda threw me in the piss, the one that does pay your paycheck. You made me realize I don't need your lies. You were the star, now I gotta get a raincoat. Gotta let the haters drag, gotta solo tango. Have to be persistent if you wanna see a rainbow. If you don't, you're just gonna fall into your shadow.
You're just like my ex. You're just like my ex. I've been there, I've done that. You're just like the last one. Said you call me back, but never call me back. Said you gon' do this, but end up doing that. You bring out my worst behavior. One more way, I know you're just like my ex. You're just like my ex.
I gave you the world, you polluting it. You stole my time, you took it off my wrist. You put in your pocket, you ran with it. My world and my time is not chasing it. I gotta move fast, running out of time. If I don't catch it, I'm gonna lose my time. If I lose my time, I'm gonna lose my mind. Speeding too fast, I'm gonna get a fine. But right then I came to my senses. My time is only worth it if it's mine. As an example, my exes. My time revolved around being told lies. Time to burn all of these pictures, to erase the memory of these times. You're turning me off now like switches. This is the story of my ex-life.
Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hey, I just wanted to let you know that,
You're just like my ex. You're just like my ex. I've been there, I've done that. You're just like the last one. Said you call me back, but never call me back. Said you gon' do this, but end up doing that. You bring out my worst behavior. One more way, I know you're just like my ex. You're just like my ex.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that episode. As always, thanks for listening, and you can find everything you need to know in the description. That's right. Songs. I sound like a marketer. That's right, guys. Songs. You got everything.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah,
Get our
right.
contact details down below, where you can mention us on Instagram or do we have Twitter?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have everything, Tom.
We don't have everything. We've been through this discussion.
We don't have a Pinterest.
We don't
okay?
have a Reddit page yet.
Don't look for us on Pinterest, please.
But where can you find us for future reference? SoundCloud and also the iTunes, the Apple iTunes app.
The podcast app.
The podcast
That's
app.
it.
iTunes podcast app.
You can also look at us on our website at www.mentalmusic.org, and our social media code is Mental Music Pod, so we should show up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram under that.
Also, please leave us feedback.
Feedback is good feedback.
Yeah, any good back. Any feedback is good or bad. If it's negative, it helps us help you.
We can learn from it, yeah.
It helps us help you. We get to learn what we're doing wrong so that we can do it better. And good feedback.
Thank you.
You'll make us feel special.
Make my
Thank you.
heart feel warm.
And also, if you have any...
Sorry, that was a weird phrase.
If you have any topic ideas for episodes, that would be very handy, because we want to know what you're interested in to make an episode handcrafted for you and everyone else that listens to it.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
First one to the start. Whoever jumps
first come, first serve.
Yeah, that's it. First come, best dress. I hate that term.
First come, best dress.
Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, nah. Please do send us your requests for episode topics, and we will be sure to comply.
And also send us any experiences that you've had with
stories are as good as our stories.
Our stories are running dry. we only have
we
as
just
much
have we just have boring lives. That's all.
We only have as
That's
much
all you need,
experience as we have. We don't know your experiences, and they can help us out a lot.
Yeah.
So please help us out. And also, don't forget to share this with your friends. Podcast.
That always helps. That helps the most out of anything.
That helps
you
the
could
most
give to
out
us.
of everything. Is more viewers.
Because then we get more feedback.
And
the more viewers we have, and it's perfect. That's all we need.
Beautiful. But yeah. Thanks for listening to today's episode. We hope you enjoyed that one.
And we'll see you
in the next one.
Ooh, on the 6-month anniversary episode.
Oh yeah.
That's that. We might be doing a video. We might be doing a special episode on that. So that's something to look forward to. And we'll see you in 1 fortnight's time.
See you in the next one.
Okay.